Yo, what's up, everybody? I'm back with just some more Ralts, and decided to throw on Hunt. I had to counter for Absol because I can get the other stuff on other routes, but I would like Kekimon or Tropius as well. Absol is a 4% here, unfortunately. It's the only route you can get him on, so I'm going to be seeing a lot of gloom and lining. Yeah, let's go ahead and get right into the hunts. It's been a little bit since I hunted Ralts, so I'm a little rusty in terms of navigating the routes. Yeah, just knock this Volbird out really quickly for me. Oh, there's a Tropius. Say that I'm not just encountering Ralts on this. I'll also be encountering any of the other rare spawns. I am considering maybe progressing through the game a bit more in order to gain access to the big crystal cave. Okay, what? That's not right. Okay. Just hold on one sec, my counter. It's being kind of weird. That's unfortunate. Oh well. Actually, I was not paying attention there. I didn't even see if the rolls were shiny or not. I don't think it was, because I didn't hear anything. Okay, that was being extra. Okay, good. What is going on with this? hopefully we'll see the bonus meter slowly going up. The sooner we get this Ralts, the better. I forgot I was already almost at 3K. For some reason I was feeling I was still in like 1,000 territory, but no. Well over 1,000 at this point. Although still not at odds. I forgot I was leading with him. He might not be able to run from everything. I think specifically Absol's might be faster than him, so I'll have to see. I kind of want to train him up a little bit, so I don't have to lead with one of my shinings. But I'm hoping for a nice shiny after breaking from the game for so long. I did actually get Snover in Platinum. Not yesterday, 2 days ago. So I might have used up all my luck there. I forgot you could get horde encounters in these games. In the long grass, because in X and Y you can get them in just the regular grass, but in this it's only the long grass, which is only on like this route and the Safari Zone, so I kind of forget. Between Absol, Tropius, and Kecleon, it's 10%. So that means an average of 10 phases before we see one of them. Which, not super great, especially since the only other things here are Gloom, which I already have several from the Safari Zone, and Linoon, which I guess I only have one Linoon. I have a bunch of Zigzagoon from earlier routes. So it's not going to be super interesting in terms of phases. If I can somehow get Absol like really quickly, I can switch to I think 119, and that has Tropius as like an 8%. It gets Absol's encounter rate, so much higher chance of getting Tropius. And Kecleon stays at 2%, but he is 5% in the hordes, which means he probably easier to target through hordes if I can get the other two, which I probably will get them before Kecleon. So I might swap to that once I get Epsilon Tropius. And then you a billion years from now. I do want to point out, I do have the shiny charm on this Omega Ruby, so even though we'll phase a lot, it won't be as bad, hopefully, since, well, there's a Kecleon horde. But it won't be as bad since the odds are lower, but even with the lowered odds, the amount of how rare these guys are, like, it's still not even gonna be anywhere close to quick. But yeah, I guess Kecleon might be more likely than you'd think, since you get to see 5 in just one horde. So you end up, like, it might kind of even out. Ends up maybe around the 4% range instead, alongside Tropius and Absol. I don't really know how the math to figure out like how rare is something when you're also able to encounter it through hordes would work. It's probably kind of complicated. And unfortunately, Harvest doesn't have its effect in this game. I wonder if we'll see that kind of stuff return out of battle effects. Because they're not going to put, like, sandwiches in every game. Yet, like, they didn't really need them in Scarlet and Violet because sandwiches kind of did the same thing. Back-to-back hordes. Yeah, I've been having kind of garbage luck in Gen 6 lately. Thanks to my Axio hunt and X and Y, which is currently at 11k. So maybe this Omega Ruby hunt will redeem my bad luck in X and Y. Only 50 more till 3,000 on Ralts. Which might not seem that bad, but that could genuinely take the rest of the stream to happen. Hey, maybe I'll get something before then. Hopefully Ralts. Not a random cadaver that I run point they're leading. I don't really know if it's still a problem, but it does mean I will to immediately mean look any Ralts that I may happen to find. Oh, but I need to be leading Low Bunny. Forgot about that. Really don't want to fail on female Ralts. That would be somewhat frustrating. It's better than no shinies. I will eventually 1-to-1 Dex completion, but for this specific thing, I very much want a male one. Right, maybe this year I could finally hunt Grandiose for Fossil Week. Maybe even before then. You never know. So what did I hunt last year for Fossil Week? Almanite? Or is that Archon? I think it was Almanite, or Archon. I think I was already... I think Almanite was just kind of a random hunt I did. But yeah, that's actually something I want to go back to outside of Fossil Week is some Let's Go fossil resets. Those ones are really easy if you can get like multiple fossils, which does. That's where the real hunt happens, is just getting the fossils. But if you can get some of those, then they're multiple. You can actually boost your shiny odds with a lure, I believe. I think you can save after you've activated the lure, so it's just there till you're done. Which makes it definitely in your favor. I think for my Almanite hunt, I definitely got a little lucky. Even with all the boosts and stuff that I had, but going to odds does not take super long. But yeah, good luck if you try to go for like multiple Aerodactyl, because I think I've spent like 6 hours in Cerulean Cave getting fossils, and I don't think I found a single Old Amber. I know I ended up with like 5 Ammonites, Helix fossils, and maybe 3 Dome fossils. Well, I think I already had a Dome fossil, so not great. Those ones might, I was gonna say they might be the worst ones to hunt fossils in, but no, that goes to Sun and Moon. Because the only way to get more fossils in that game, those games, is Pokepelago. And that's time dependent and still really rare, so you could send them out for a whole day and then not even get anything. And unfortunately, like, all the fossil Pokemon are in those games, so you gotta hunt them all if you're going for living decks like me. I guess you can breed fossils if you're into that, but this game is great. I don't know which one you're referring to. But you're probably right. I guess I wasn't looking very well, but that Ralts, I almost for a second thought it had blue air, but it did not. Yep, 2,960 for Ralts. It's definitely been a very slow hunt. Especially the way I was doing it at the beginning. I guess it's actually like a total of probably about 4,000 because I got that Elekid phase, so definitely doing a lot of encounters for this hunt. I'm not a new streamer, but I don't stream very often, so I am still very inexperienced and don't really have a follow base. But I do like to occasionally stream when I can, just for fun. But this hunt actually, in particular for Ralts, I often record, or not really recently, but in the past I recorded offline. Best wishes to you soon. Thank you. Hopefully I can get a Ralts. But yeah, I record offline because I want to eventually make YouTube videos, but I just don't really have anything to make one out of yet. So I really need this Ralts to be shiny. So I can actually do that. Face cam? It's some Logitech camera. It's kind of old. It's from maybe like 2015 or something. I don't know the model, unfortunately. But yeah, actually, video quality is not bad considering how old it is. And I don't think it was expensive or anything. Yeah, probably the worst thing about my face cam is just the lighting in my room. So I don't have any like extra lights or anything. This room is way better than the old room I was in. That one, like, my entire face was like darkened from shadows. For this, it's kind of just one side. Want to see my Pokemons? I can show you some of the shinies I've gotten in Brilliant Diamond really quickly. So what I've been working on is a Dream Team quest. So I got Starter Torterra that I reset for, and then second one was Starly. This was my first phase for Ralts. I liked what I got as Ellie Kid. And then Carnivine is actually from an other save that I did. Got this in the Safari Zone, which is super cool. And then I have a few in boxes. These are also from the same profile as Carnivine. I forgot I put these in here. But then these are all from Safari Week last year. So yeah, I don't have a whole lot in these games, despite how long I played them. Yeah, I can actually switch over to my single hunting switch screen. No, not that one. Here we go. This one. I have this layout that shows my dream team members that I have and hunting for. So after I get Ralts, I plan on doing fossil resets for Cranidos, and then going for Riley's Riolu, which definitely, I don't know if that'll take longer than Ralts, but it will definitely not be a quick one. No. Oh, whoops. I forgot you have to click off of OBS. Otherwise, if you use the arrow keys, it goes a little crazy. Yeah, I don't really have anything on me in Omega Ruby right now. On my background, I'm afraid I don't really understand like this for the layout. Just solid colors. Oh, this. Yeah, it's a giant Piplup. You can take a look at that. That my parents found at I think a thrift store. But I think it's the kind of thing that you find at like a carnival or fair or something, because it's like got the like felt and the like styrofoam beads inside. Yeah, they just found it at a thrift store for like $1 a few years ago. I wish I could set it up to where you could see it a little bit better, but I can't really scoot my camera over that much. Maybe that. Can't really see its face. Now I'm kind of off to the side, so that's not really an option. That's a little bit better, I guess, how it is now. You can see its beak at least a little. Yeah, and then next to the Piplup, I have a big net full of little Pokemon guys I got. Take a look at this. Whirlipede. Pretty cool guy. like Diglett boost. Actually get to have one of those today. Something good may happen in the Grand Underground. Well, hopefully. I am ready to be done with this, son. Like in terms of encounters, it's nothing crazy. But time-wise, it's been a while. What games do you mostly play? Well, I do mostly play Pokemon, but in terms of which Pokemon games I play, I honestly move around quite a bit. I try, you know, sometimes I'll get like really focused on one game for like a month or something, but I usually kind of rotate between you know, Switch and 3DS games. I have like every 3DS game, and I have at least one version of each Switch release. So, I know, like on stream, I haven't really done anything except for Ralts in a while, but that's just because I really want to get it to make that video with it. But once I get Ralts, I will probably maybe stream Violet or something, and I know Legends Zaw is coming out sometime later this year, so I'll probably stream that a lot if I have the time. I feel like that's the first Absol I've seen. Like, I've seen a ton of Tropias, and they're the same encounter. Yo, thank you so much for the follow. Hazel Hudsu, I'm gonna try to say. Now let me know if it's said right. Do I ever play horror games? Now, I'm not really super big into horror. The only horror games I like kinda paid into is FNAF. But I mostly just watch the like lore videos. I haven't really played the games much. But yeah, not a big horror guy. Yeah, that's probably true. That I'd probably enjoy my time a bit more playing with other people. But I'm just not really the kind of guy who gets like scared of stuff like that. Like, yeah, you know, a jump scare would probably get me from time to time, but like chase scenes and stuff don't really do anything for me, so I just don't think it'd be super entertaining to watch. Yeah, outside of Pokemon, I don't play a whole lot of other games. I like the Persona series. And which Pokemon is my favorite? That would be Chingling right here. Might have seen it when you followed showing up on the screen. Chingling is super epic. Here's one right here. Encounter it just for fun. I'm actually excited because next card set that comes out at the end of the month has the first Chingling card in it since Diamond and Pearl. And I used to have one of the old Chingling cards, but I must have lost it or traded it somewhere because I don't have one anymore. So I'm really hoping to pull that. Luckily, it's just a regular common guy. Chingling is a cool Pokemon. He definitely is. Let me know your favorite Pokemon if you got one. Definitely be interesting to hear. Glaceon, that's a pretty solid one. That's probably like maybe my third favorite out of the evolutions. Definitely like its cry. It's got a nice cry in the games. Are you planning on purchasing the life-size Glaceon plush that's gonna come out soon? I would say it'd be nice if they made a life-size Chingling plush, but it's not very big, so the Sitting Cutie one is kind of already life-size. If they made one for my second favorite Pokemon, Torterra, although I don't think you can really Glaceon Pokemon cards. I don't think I have any cool Glaceon cards. I think I just have like the one from Twilight Masquerade. But yeah, life-size Torterra plush would be a little big. Though the evolution ones do look bigger than like I'd imagine them to be. But I guess that's kind of how Pokemon are. What do I do besides stream? Well, in terms of content, I don't really do anything. My main hobby is just kind of shiny hunting. You know, I draw sometimes, I guess. Play a few of the games every now and then. I've been playing a little bit of Tears of the Kingdom lately, not a whole lot. But I've just been going back doing a few of the things I never bothered to do. Except beat the game, I haven't done that yet. But yeah, like, when I'm not streaming, I'm just probably just shiny hunting offline, watching somebody else stream Pokemon. What do I draw? You know, I don't really have a specific thing I draw. Just kind of like to doodle from time to time. If I had to pick something I'd draw the most, it would be just kind of random characters. Monsters, I guess. I draw a lot of monsters. Sometimes they're sort of cartoony Pokemon-like, but other times I go for a more, I guess, realistic style. I bet I can make it to 3,000 by the 2-hour mark. And we'll have to see how I'm feeling at that point. I just heard a noise of something unplugging. I don't know what it was. I don't see any notifications on here. so it's probably fine. Yeah, I'll probably get to the 2-hour mark, and if I'm still feeling up to it, I might maybe take a break and grab like a soda or something and come back, but I might just call it there because I did have work today, so I'm a little sleepy. Not really sleepy, but just I don't have a lot of energy. But tomorrow I'm off, so I might do an earlier, longer stream. I don't know. It's my Chop Community Classic tomorrow, so definitely have to do that. Speaking of Pokemon Go, custom profile pic. I mean, I think my profile pic is just my face. I just changed it from I had like an old drawing I made of myself. But I took my brother took a really funny looking photo of me. I was like, that kind of make a good profile pic. I'll probably change it at some point. I want to get a little bit better at drawing and then maybe try another more stylized drawing of myself. But right now I'm not super great at drawing people, so I'll probably wait until I get a little bit more practice. Big check, Carbink, not shiny. You do custom stuff? Yeah, I can't say I'm interested, unfortunately. I'm the kind of guy, like, if I want something, I usually just try to make it for myself. Let's see, I'll check. Not shiny. So I've been trying to catch the Pokemon at my house in Pokemon Go. No worries, alright, that's cool then. But yeah, in terms of like, I know like not only my profile picture, but like just like my like account stuff, like the about section is kind of lacking. In terms of stuff to intrigue people. I'll, at some point feel like doing something about it. I just don't have a super good idea of what exactly I want that to be. 151 encounters on Absol. That's not bad. I could see maybe 500. Probably closer to 400 by the end of the stream, or at least the 2-hour mark. Glad to see. It's one thing about hunting in places where you can get horde encounters is that it does make your encounters go up a little bit faster. Because I know I've been hunting X and Y, and that definitely goes up a lot faster from the hordes. Which could, you know, could be a good thing, could be a bad thing if you don't really want anything in the hordes. Definitely don't need any Audishes or Merrills. I believe I already have both those lines complete. But I definitely would take a Kekleon. I feel sorry for anyone who goes for Absol and Gen 3. I mean, there's probably a repel trick or something. Maybe to get rid of Gloom, I don't know, but it a 4% and with those odds is definitely not something I would ever consider. At least dedicating myself to. I might, you know, do a couple phases there. At least I think you can do resets for Kekleon in those games. For the ones that turn invisible. Maybe you can bring Tropius up to like 10% or something with repel tricks on the other row. But I'm not 100% sure. I would consider doing Tropius. He is like top 20 Pokemon for me, so a Gen 3 Tropius would be pretty cool. Or like Safari Zone or Great Marsh and Platinum. Definitely plan on going for that once I get all the Sinnoh guys on, like Carnivine, Scorpion, and Krogan. I don't think I haven't gotten any of the daily spawns in Gen 4. It's all Beedus and Whoopers in those games for me. Nope, just Whoopers actually. All the barrels are in BSP, so hopefully this year I'll get something a little bit more interesting. Just return to the surface? Dang. And then right after. That's a crazy name for a Pokemon game. That was either back-to-back Kekleons or like two really close together. It's crazy. Imagine one of them was a blue stripe. That'd be even crazier. clue who Gilius is, I'm gonna be honest. Like, apparently I'm friends with them, but I have no recollection of who that person is. Must have changed their name or something. Or it's someone who just hasn't played in a long time. If I feel up to it, then maybe tomorrow I might do Battle Revolution. One, just because it's been quite a bit since I've picked up that hunt, and two, because I want to show off my new Snover. I don't think I ever showed off my Unknown on stream. Where it was getting kind of scratchy there. But yeah, I got Unknown a while ago for Unknown month. I think I posted it on Twitter, but I never did it on stream, I don't think so. I could show both of those guys off. And Unknown's like a really funny in Battle Revolution. Silly guy. Slowly creeping up on 3,000. I've seen any Absol and Brilliant Diamond yet, actually. So a couple Togepi's, but no Absols. Yeah, I saw one. I don't remember. running into these random guys. I guess it's helping the encounter number go up, but I'd much rather those encounters be Ralts. Oh. Don't want to talk to you, Meditate. I want to talk to you. Think about it, it's been over a year since I started this Ralts on. I think I got Starly in February 2024. I think I can actually check. February 11th, 2024. Let's see, when was Electabuzz? January 26th this year. So it's already been 4 months. Since I got Pelican. Although I think I stopped streaming in like February. That's when I took, the big break I took recently. So I guess most of it's been offline, because I think I did keep going offline for a little bit. I also gotta remember, I could, if I felt like it, dex nav for these guys. I think I'll only worry about that if I get like super burnt out from phasing. Maybe if I get to like 10 phases and I haven't seen anyone cool. There's 3,000 encounter. Oh, shiny Tropius? What? That's 4%, I think, here. So, I know it's charm, so it's not like that crazy, but like 209 encounters. This is not right. Worry about that some other time. Look at that guy. Let me take a picture of him, I guess, for Twitter.com. Oh, I just missed a good position. We gotta wait for it to cycle through to a good picture. Oh, there we go. That's pretty good. Thank you, Tropius, for posing for the camera. I cannot spore Tropius, so Parasect, unfortunately you are completely useless. I don't have any quick balls. Peat ball it is. Crit catch. Easy. So guess I don't need the dex now for him. Let me just double check and make sure. Nickname for Tropius. I got no clue. This is the first thing that came to my head when I tried to think of names that started with T. Trilobite. I can see the similarities between these guys. Let me save. I have to go after streaming get a clip of that. Let's get out of here. Alright, nature guess? What kind of nature would a trilobite have? Sassy? I think that makes sense for a trilobite. Alright, I'm guessing sassy. Relaxed. Let's put him here. Or her, I guess. I got a lot of guys. Hay fever. Gotta give it the classic star mark. That I give to most of my shinies. I guess we can go check it out in battle. I go this way. Maybe we can get a comparison. If there's any grass near here. Might not be. No. I feel like there's some, yeah, right here. Alright, we got a regular noon. Shiny Tropius. That's crazy. I guess I can double check. Oh, he's 10%. Okay. I mean, this is saying that Kecleon and Absol are 5%. Okay. Kinda expected we might struggle to escape. Guess I'll give you the smoke ball really quickly. Okay, so that's not that crazy as I thought. I thought it was a 4%. But 10% on the first phase is still a little wild. I've actually really solid 10% luck. Because I went for the 10% Mimikyu and Sun and Moon, or Ultra Sun and Moon. Got that in like 4 phases. And then I got the 10% Drampa in 6, I think. Yeah, like, it's not the greatest shiny, especially in like 3D, but he's not terrible. Is there a PC in here? Can I haven't been in this building in like 10 years probably. This game isn't 10 yet, I don't think. Yeah, it is. It's from 2014. Or 15. I don't remember. Oh, there is a PC. Which I'm glad there is, because most games would not bother putting a PC where you get like a gift Pokemon. I do want to hunt once I get the Latios or Latios, the story one, and that I've been hunting. Or occasionally hunt. I guess I don't really do it that often because it's a little daunting. But yeah, I guess on the phase 2, I really was not expecting. I was expecting like a Gloom or something, not a Tropius. So I definitely won't need to bother coming to this row. Because all it does is get rid of Absol to make Tropius more common, I think. So let's go back to this. What's up, Ralts? Didn't forget about you, don't worry. Guess I should make a quick Twitter post or something. And reset this counter to 0. Goes 209 encounters, so pretty cool. That's not how you spell Tropius, is it? Tropius. Okay. Back to gaming. At least we got something in the shiny today. I would have preferred Ralts if I'm being honest, but something is better than nothing. Very first encounter after Tropius, back to back. No. Yeah, definitely a nice surprise. There's an Absol, like number 2 or 3. No, we don't need to see any more trophies, alright? So, Absol only, please. I guess some Kecleons. guess if I felt like it, I could make a video out of the Absol hunt. I didn't really go about the Tropius encounter in a way that made it easy for YouTube, but you know, I'd rather, you know, have some somewhat low quality videos out than nothing. So right now my YouTube channel is only VOD uploads, which is nice because, you know, I can go back and watch those whenever I feel like it. I think my channel would do a little bit better if I actually had some tailored videos to consume. Oh, I think for some reason one of my random VODs got like 40 views. I'm like, I'm gonna be honest, who's clicking on those? Like 40 people? Like you really need to watch Ralts stream number like 50? I didn't check like viewer retention. I imagine it's not super high. I don't know why it would be. That one's only 50 minutes long. But the reason it's 50 minutes long is because I was having internet problems. So I ended the stream early. So I'm pretty sure in that video there's literally just lag from the internet problems, so. Why are you watching that when you could be watching my Endless Ocean stream? It's way better. Or at least a stream where I actually like find a shiny. What I should do? Something I do for... One of the best parts about finding shinies is getting to change the Pokédex picture. The National Dex, just for fun. Look at all those guys. So Tropius he's way down here. Yeah, my Hoenn Dex is pretty full. I've only seen 58 Tropius. That's crazy. 58 and I already have a shiny one. That's compared to the 999 plus Duskull I've seen. I've seen 63 Absols, 999 Snorunt. That's probably like the only Pokemon here that I've seen so little of and have a shiny. Maybe Phoebus? 93, but that's chain fishing. That one makes sense. Probably all these fishing guys I haven't seen a whole lot of. Zangoose. 20. Dang. I think Zangoose was like just like a random like Dex Snap encounter. Not even like hunting through Dex Snap. I just did a Dex Snap encounter for him, which is like, why not? I'm always like not sure if like your Dex Snap chain carries over like between routes, or like when you save and quit. Like, is there just like a constant deck snap chain that goes on behind your back, or does it only start like once you enter the route? Because I know it doesn't care if you like scare them away or run away. Like, I don't think you have to actually encounter them. So like I could be, you know, scaring away tons of shiny Absols through deck snap. I don't even know it. But I don't know. Deck snap definitely doesn't have a whole lot of research. I remember when I was first getting into it, I was always looking for videos, and like each video was like, "This is what we think. This is how we think deck snap works, but we don't actually know for sure." People might at this point have a better idea. Because I was watching those videos back in like 2018, so I'm sure some better ones have released. Camping that entrance area. Like in X and Y, I would love a Metatite so I can finally move on from my hunt, but in this game I would hate to see one because I really don't want to phase for Ralts. Especially since I can find Metatite other ways in this game. That's why I don't mind encountering the other rare spawns, because I think most of them, that's really the only way you can get them is going underground. Maybe like Togepi is Trophy Garden. I think Absol you can get swarms of. Those are the rare guys, so I guess I don't have to worry too much about missing out on them. But yeah, Smoochum, Elekid, and Magby, or Magby's name, so Smoochum, Elekid, and Houndoom. I want to say are only in the Grand Underground. But they probably spawn in a few different locations. Ralts does as well, but I think just based off of how it's going, I think this place gets them more. I was hunting in like the water, one of the water areas, and it might just because I haven't played through the game much, so maybe rare spawns were a little less common, but I was struggling with encounters. Like, it took me months to get to like 1,000, and I've gone to like 3,000 in probably about the same amount of time. Something definitely changed. But I was also, that was before I just kind of decided to not worry about collecting the Diglets myself. So, you know, it's probably not the case for everyone. Maybe not every Pokemon, but I definitely see more Ralts, I think, just going back and forth between the area than I see than like having the extra rolls for the Diglett boost would matter. Like it's like one extra roll, so you see two. It's an average of 2,000 encounters for shiny rolls, but I see. I feel like I'm explaining this wrong, but like you see more Ralts just running back and forth. Like enough to where the extra rolls wouldn't even speed things up. That's what I'm trying to say. It would take you longer to get to odds, even with the extra rolls, doing the Digletts than it would just encountering them. That's the point I'm trying to make, I think. I think I only saw like 3 an hour. Or maybe it was 3 every hunting session, or boosted session. Which was like, 30 minutes to an hour. And you don't encounter any rolls in between, usually. I guess except for the ones you see like reloading the Digletts. But that's not very many. Whereas this you see way more. We're at an hour and 30 minutes, so... what time is it? 7:30. I could easily go, try to go 3 hours, probably. That's one thing, like, actually getting a shiny definitely gives you a little bit of an energy boost. Because it reminds your brain that, like, you could actually, find something today. Whereas if you just spend, 2 hours doing encounters and you don't see anything, it's like, you get a little drained. Although, once I end stream, I'll probably just, go back to hunting an X and Y or something. But then I can watch, like a stream or something on the side. Or I could do some recording for Ralts. I know I said I wasn't really gonna bother doing that until I finish my X and Y hunt, but I am really tired of that hunt. It's, 11K, I've definitely done longer hunts, but those were in older games that 11K makes a little bit more sense in. I guess I probably used up all my luck, actually, on that Tropius, now that I think about it. So I had just locked in, I would have gotten that, actually. He's at 10%, so same likelihood. I'm gonna get a Metatite at 50K. I wonder what the longest 4096 hunt is. I know people have gotten at least like 90K for 8192. I want to say maybe longer. Maybe there's someone in like Gen 2 who went like 100 something. Some crazy number. I feel like I've seen some people go maybe like 15k. I don't know. I don't know if people really bother with like full odds like Gen 6. I feel like either you're a method hunter or you prefer to hunt in older odds games, so which I'm somewhat included in the method hunter group, because I do have shiny charm in most of my 3DS games. X and Y are like the only exclusions, but I don't mind doing a little bit of full odds Gen 6 something. Like, you have to imagine how much cooler would that Tropius have felt if I gotten it at 209 encounters, but at the full odds. Because like I've had shorter full odds hunts. Or not full. I had shorter full lessons, but shorter shiny charm hunts. In fact, I've had one encounter shiny hunt before with charm. So 209's not even that crazy for me. I mean, it's still a little crazy, but like. Nothing too out there. But like, I got a shiny Flabebe and X and Y at 117 encounters, and that's pretty wacky. It would take some pretty crazy luck for me to ever have a shorter hunt than that in those games. But you know, I'm sure with enough hunting, it'll happen. Eventually. I know there are plenty of like older odds hunters who find stuff in 40 encounters or something. But that happens like once, and then you never see those numbers again. I'm noticing some frame drops. Yeah, definitely some frame problems. But it shouldn't be a problem. Imagine a second Tropius at 200 something encounters. That would be good. That would definitely use up all my lives. Back-to-back 10%. Probably wouldn't see another shiny for a year or something. Wow, my internet is dropping. I love when it does that. Which means, unfortunately, the 2-hour mark is probably a more likely stopping point. Just because I don't want to get the shiny, because I don't record while I'm streaming. Yeah, I don't want to get the shiny while lag is happening, because that'll just mess up the clip. I mean, I could try it again, but in the past, whenever I've done recording and streaming on OBS, it does not like that. I mean, it's only at 0.5% frame drops, so it could have just been a random spike. I don't know. Just have to see what I'm at once I actually get to the 2-hour mark. Stay away from me. They're placed in like such strategic ways that like you try to run away from one, you run right into another. Don't they know I'm not interested in those? Like, I'll definitely hunt them at some point. One of these days, but like, if I ever want to move on from the Grand Underground, I need that Ralts. Like, technically, I can get... I think Ralts is, like, radar in this game. So I could, you know, beat the game and then hunt Ralts. But that's not what this is about, you know. I'm gonna say at the like hour 50-minute mark, I will start collecting piglets just to get like one final boost for the stream. If it's not there yet, it's at 31, so I could see it if we get some lucky Doug Trios or something. But yeah, I at least want one more. Okay. A few more frame drops, it looks like. So it's very likely that I will have to go ahead and stop at the 2-hour mark. Which is really unfortunate, but I can always offline hunt and do some recording. So even though it is a little bit nicer to get it live, it's still like I'll still be able to make the video as long as I'm recording it. And that's like the real reason I focus on this hunt during stream is I want to get that that video at some point. So I just need to practice like editing and stuff. I've attempted a few times just to like see about making videos on different things, like a couple Rumble Weekend videos or stuff, but it's always a little too bit much for me. So as long as I don't get like a crazy amount of phrases, it shouldn't be too bad. And I'm not planning on making anything like fancy or long. Just kind of be, the reactions and showing it off in battles. And calling it a day. Probably will be like 5 minutes long, I imagine. Just a little video. For practice mostly, I guess. We're actually getting pretty close to 40. We are at 0.8% frame drops now. Not a big fan of. At least that's not at like 5% like it's gotten to in the past. If it was really bad, I'd just have to in-stream here, but right now it is manageable. Like even if there was a little bit of lag doing a shiny clip, it'd still be usable. I don't think there was any for Tropius, hopefully. I don't know if I will bother making video. Like if I get like a quick Absol, maybe I'll make something. But it's nice like having a few phases, I guess, to make the video a little bit more interesting. Because it's just like a one and done type deal. Like it's not like. You can still make a video out of that, especially if like you have something you could do with it, like show it off in battle or something. Take it somewhere cool. But for me, it's probably mostly just gonna be, like reactions and a couple of minutes per find. So. Few phases will help make the video just a little better. And I always like videos that have a nice build up for the target. But if I get to like 20 phases or something, this could end up taking that many. I mean, 5% is 1 in 20, I think. Right? Yeah. So it's pretty likely. frequently I'll be doing this hunt. Because sometimes it's nice to just focus on the Ralts. I don't always want to be having a second game going. Just looking around seeing if I can get that last Diglett. Somebody else got it. Of course, it was while I was all the way over there on the map. Right. Let's see some good old boosted Ralts, hopefully. Don't really want to see any switching. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I get that you can't really get it anywhere else in these games, but don't really like want it that bad. Okay, or if you get back-to-back switch-ins, that's cool. Guess that's what I get for trash talking it. But yeah, after Ralts, I don't know what I'll do. I could, you know, rotate, just to keep me from going crazy, but at the same time, like, that's only gonna make it take longer. But surely I will not get 3 switches. That would never happen to me. Yeah, tomorrow, I don't know if I'll do Battle Revolution for like an entire stream. But I would not mind getting some more encounters in. What was I at? Battle Revolution? It was like 3,300, so not terrible in terms of encounters. It is like, it's kind of quick, because you get 12 per reset. So even though like the resets themselves do take a little while, and you got some dialogue you gotta get through, like evens out pretty well with the encounter amount. That's not one that a whole lot of people have done. Like, for like the more obscure hunts, it's definitely like the most accessible, I guess. Like, it's not a super hard hunt to do. But there's not a lot of people have Battle Revolution or, the desire to hunt in it, so. Not a whole lot of people who have got something in this game. I had Battle Revolution as a kid, and I just like I connected it like a couple times to my game, but I never really cared that much about it. So I think I ended up selling it. Which I kind of regret, but at the same time, like, up until the point where I went and got another copy, I still probably wouldn't have really played it. I mean, even now, it mostly just kind of sits and collects dust until I happen to get a Gen 4 shiny. And like, once I actually get a Gen, the shiny, I don't think I have it in me to go for one of the costumes. Like, it's definitely a super cool, interesting hunt, but it requires a lot of focus for the battles, a decent amount of setup. And it's not even for a Pokemon. And it's still really cool, like, just the fact that that even exists. Like, there really isn't any other game that has like a comparable hunt. Like, shiny clothes is just like a super wild concept. And you know, none of the outfits are super interesting to me. Like, if they had a Chingling outfit, I'd be hunting that right now as we speak. You know, Groudon, he's cool and all, but worthy of that much dedication, I'm not quite sure. Has anyone ever gotten one of those outfits like somewhat quickly? Or does like anyone who dares attempt that suffer a billion encounters for it? But who knows, maybe we'll see the return of shiny clothes in Pokemon Champions. Kinda really depends on the game itself, like how it treats the trainers. If it's really just you get the battle and that's it, probably won't see anything close to that, but maybe it'll have some elements of like an actual game to it. Not that Battle Revolution really has it, like it's just battles at the end of the day. There's no attempt at a story, I don't think. I wouldn't know because I didn't bother playing it as a kid. Yeah, they are releasing Coliseum games on the Switch to my GameCube thing. I wonder how that's gonna play out in terms of like shiny hunting, connecting with other games. Like, is that gonna be an option? Like, it honestly would have been a little bit more hype if they weren't to do Switch Online. Like, I know it's cool that like you get them, you know, for free with the bundle and stuff. But it also like kind of limits what all they can do with it, I would say. Like, if they ever bother releasing like Virtual Console for like Gen 3, would it have connections? Like, even if it was through the Switch Online stuff, like the Game Boy Advance thing, how would that even work if they wanted to do that? But guaranteed it's not gonna have like the rewind function. I know that like not every game has that. And if it has any sort of online like connectivity or like trading between people, I don't remember, or not really remember. I don't know if the original games had that. I've never played them. And like in terms of shinies, like I could honestly see them going through and like fixing the shiny blocking stuff. Like it seems like kind of crazy to do something like that, but at the same time, like Pokemon hates people, you know, getting bad, do silly stuff in their games, so. I don't really know if any of the other games on the Switch Online have like any sort of like modifications done to them. Removing certain aspects. Or even like glitches and stuff, I don't know. Guess we'll just have to see. Or maybe they'll just like pull the like craziest thing ever and just remove the story modes altogether and like, you know, you just get to do battles with Ralts Pokemon. Have fun. Like I wouldn't even be like super shocked if that happened. Alright. I think I'll do one more encounter for Absol, and I think that's gonna be it. Finish off with some nice even numbers. Regular Gloom. Alright, well, got a Tropius. No, alright, you don't get to do that and mess up my numbers. I'm gonna save. And quickly go to the home menu. Shiny Tropius was super cool. I gotta make sure to make a clip of that. And yeah, I will try to come back tomorrow. I might not. It really just depends on how I'm feeling, but probably switch over to offline hunting now. That's about it. See you next time.